Hello, Warriors of Sanctuary, and welcome back. Tonight we're going to be talking about the Season 31 Battle Pass, Torment Upon Torment, and all of the things in store for us for the month of October. There's some major updates involving runes, Tower War rank ranges, Tower War competitions, warband changes, and lots more. So there are changes involving the Paragon tree and familiars, and of course, a list of all the events that are going to be available in the new cosmetics. So let's cover this huge new update as we prepare tomorrow to begin our journey with the Season 31 Battle Pass. And I know for one, I am at a level 90, so that is ridiculous on the Season 30 Battle Pass, and I am ready to get some substantial rewards again for my efforts. So, in this season, Season 31, they are going to be introducing the Night Moon Curse cosmetic set. So, this Night Moon Curse cosmetic set can be purchased for 1,000 eternal orbs in the store. Here we go with this. This is what a Tempest sort of looks like wearing the set right here. So that's the new cosmetic set. Super cool. I mean, it's a good one. I like the bluish color, that's for sure. But aside from the fashion of this new battle pass, let's get into what is actually the news that you guys want to hear. So we have returning events. So we have Wild Brawl, where you'll enlist your most trusted companions and outlast enemy teams in the Wild Brawl event. In this unique limited time PvP event from September 27th, 3 a.m. to October 4th at 2:59 a.m. server time, you'll start at level 1 and work together in teams of 6 to explore an expansive map and endure to become the last surviving team. You can equip discovered gear, gain experience to strengthen your power, and slay everything in sight to win the battle. So that's what they have to say about that, of course. I'm sure most of you know about Wild Brawl. If not, I will definitely get around to making a video on that. The plan is that I will try and make tutorial videos for each of these events as they kick off in this new cycle. On the first day they're open, so you can see an example of what everything inside the event looks like, as well as see me do a run through. I do have some tips for some of these events as well that'll be coming up. Of course, we have our standard Shady Stock event, and Yakin has once again come into possession of some liberated merchandise, likely plucked from a faraway excavation. So Shady Stock allows you to complete those tasks to purchase legendary gear and various reward items. And that is September 28th through October 5th that we will have Shady Stock in this cycle. One of my absolute favorite events. It is a newer event to the game, and it is very rapidly my favorite, as long as they don't mess it up from the way it was the first time. And that is the Winds of Fortune event. So Winds of Fortune, that comes around on October 1st, so Tuesday through October 8th, and that's going to be server time. So remember, with the Winds of Fortune, they dropped the increased quantities of from various things that you do. They drop increased gold, experience, battle pass points, normal gems, and legendary gems. Here is some great advice here. If they have not changed anything and it remains the same as it ran last time, I found that if you go to Arabin and run Arabin runs, that not only are you getting your abysmal essences, you are getting like double the gems out of that, and it's only counting as like 2 gems per run, and the runs are taking 2 to 3 minutes, and I was getting like 12 gems a run and stuff like that. When I got to level 6 and escaped successfully, and level 5, I was just getting huge amounts of gems for every single run. It was only counting as 2 gems toward my weekly gem cap, and I was able to really do some things with some gems and even make some just to sell in the market, because you do get the bound and unbound when you're running Arabin. So if they haven't changed that, which I hope they never do, this will be one of my favorite events that comes around, because not only were we getting like double legendary gear from everything, but we were also getting those extra gems and battle pass points and XP, and that stuff was great. Some of the activities that are going to drop the additional rewards include the bestiary is going to drop them, the challenge rifts, bounties, fishing, dungeons, purge the depths, accursed towers, hidden lairs, and farming in the wilderness. So your battle pass points and normal gems are still subject to their normal weekly cap, but I found, like I said, it says any bonus experience gained will be affected by your current experience modifier. But I found that when this event is going, I already fish during the day. I just leave my phone off to the side, fishing sometimes. And I noticed that alongside me on the bridges are all the whales. So everybody that really is beefing up their character, they will spend their downtime when they can't just be paying attention to their phone fishing. That's a really great way. And during this event, you're going to get additional drops from that, double rewards or duplicates of legendary items that you get and stuff like that. So it's definitely worth it. Of course, Alley of Blood is another event that is going to be back. So in this event, you demolish opposing sentry towers and dismantle the enemy's team base of operations by shattering their crystal heart. And you can imbue your adventurer with a specialist skill for tactical advantage and guard and bolster your champion's marks to claim the day. This runs from October 4th through October 11th in this cycle. And again, there are some things here that are important to know, some tips for Alley of Blood. So all characters, when you begin Alley of Blood, they're going to be set to level 60. The rank of all your legendary gear and set gear is going to get set to rank 1. The rank for all the legendary gems on your character is going to be boosted to rank 10 and set at rank 10. So Alley of Blood is a great time if you have some 5-star gems sitting there that are just like level 1. You can put those into your gear when you enter Alley of Blood, and you will get the level 10 max benefits of all of those. So use this as an opportunity, when you run different Alley of Blood runs over and over, to try out combinations of all the different gems that you have, to see what your character would really sort of look like if they had the benefits of those gems all socketed together. So great time to test out your gem sets in Alley of Blood, because all your legendary gems are going to be set to 10, and that's where pretty much all of your power is going to come from in Alley of Blood, because they disable your residence, your clan and warband benefits and bonuses, the bonuses from all your other normal gems and charms, your Helicry bonuses, stances, Paragon specialization bonuses. All of that is disabled when you're an Alley of Blood. So basically, you're almost fully dependent upon those level 10 gems and what they're doing. So use it as a time, play around, experiment, and see what combination of gems really seems to boost your character in there. So there will also be all clans on deck. So that's the recurring event where you do various things, tasks to earn points, and at the end, depending on how your clan manages to perform in the event, you determines the reward level that you can get on that. So there's that one. And then of course, one of my favorites will be back as always. Trial of the Hordes. Oh, did I mention that all clans on deck will be October 5th through October 12th? Sorry. That's October 5th through 12th. And then we have Trial of the Hordes. This will be October 11th through October 18th. And I really enjoy Trial of the Hordes. You get paired up against one other player, but you're not doing like PvP, you're doing PvE in a PvP type environment. So you're separated from each other in your two different chambers, basically. And you each are fighting hordes of creatures that are attacking you, and if you kill, it'll show you like how many creatures you have to kill and to send creatures at your enemy and stuff. But it's basically a who can survive the longest getting attacked by waves of creatures. So I really enjoy that one. I will definitely, do a tutorial on these. That's one of my favorite ones I play frequently, and I play a lot of Trial of the Hordes. Even if you don't win frequently, you can still end up in first place for the event because that one's all about really how much you play that event as much as it is about if you win it when you play. So anyway, that's an interesting one. And then we have the in general thing going on where we have Fire Before Darkness. So with Fire Before Darkness, that'll run October 12th to October 19th. And in that, you'll complete a daily task in the Darkwood to unlock various milestone rewards. You complete 3 tasks and you get 1 legendary item, complete 5 tasks and you get the 3 rare crests, complete 7 tasks, a Telluric Pearl, complete 8 tasks, a legendary crest. So it's that thing where you get the little smaller rewards for completing the task, and then you get the progress that leads you to getting a legendary item and rare crest, Telluric Pearls, and legendary crests. So that'll be that type of event. That'll be Fire Before Darkness, October 12th to 19th. Now come the changes that are going to be happening in the game. So we have some balance changes, and for the barbarian character, your demoralized skill or Spartusk, that cooldown is increased from 10.5 to 12 seconds. These balance changes are intended to balance the classes of characters better. Then for Crusaders, the Conjuration of Light skill, the cooldown in Battlegrounds and in Rite of Exile will be reduced from 32 to 29 seconds. So that only applies for the Crusaders' Conjuration of Light cooldown in Battlegrounds and Rite of Exile. Demon Hunters is across the board. Your Strafe or Pain Sour trait, the base attack interval is going to be increased from 0.23 to 0.25. Monk class, your flying kick cooldown overall will be reduced from 9 to 7.5 seconds. And your Tiger's Flight, Momentum's Flow, Grace's Bounty, Tottering Tower, Salvation's Sing, the flying kick, those cooldowns will be reduced from 9 to 7.5 seconds. Necromancer, you are going to get an across the board increase in the interval for your Defiling Swarm, your Grim Scythe. Orbiting Scythe damages interval increase from 0.2 to 0.5 seconds. So you're going to have to wait half a second for that interval. So Tempest, you Rolling Surf. So this is my class, Rolling Surf. This skill, the cap for the water daggers is being reduced from 8 to 7. Wizards, your teleport cooldown is reduced from 12.4 to 10 seconds. Your Rift Dancer's Stride teleport cooldown is being reduced from 15 to 12 seconds. And your Fractured Footsteps and Time Warp Cloth teleport cooldown is reduced from 14 to 12 seconds. So now we have feature updates. So this is some of the more exciting stuff, the really new stuff that'll be occurring. 10 new runes have surfaced in Sanctuary. So remember, runes can appear as a rare monster drop anywhere, but they're most abundant within the Abyssal Verge. These runes will become available starting September 30th. So my advice is the Winds of Fortune event begins on the 1st of October. So just be careful when you start to run things as soon as those start to drop on September 30th that you may want to wait till October 1st and kind of do a strategy when Winds of Fortune starts where you go down to Rayek and you run an Erebin run, and then you run an Abyssal Verge run and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth each time. That way you can collect just a whole bunch of different rewards and various things like that. Rune sockets also are now going to contribute to the score of an item. So when you're looking at your item that the rune is equipped in, that score there will also be influenced somewhat by the runes that are socketed. Bonuses to your base attributes of an item are going to be reflected in the item's tooltip, and it's going to show an increased value when these affixes are present. On Tower War, it's got a variety of changes now to gameplay in this update. So Tower War, big changes. These changes are aiming to create a more fun and streamlined experience for everyone. So instead of requiring 1,500 points to win, it'll take 1,300 points to win. The boss that appears in there, he'll appear once your team has gotten 800 points now. The matchmaking system's been updated so they can better construct teams of equal strength. And the Sapphire Normal Gem will now add toward your resonance total for matching purposes in the Tower War. So those are some changes there. And then the Tower War rank ranges. So considering how frustrating it is to lose your rank after you fight for a long time in Tower War, they have decided that you will no longer fall from a major rank, but instead get to stay within that tier even if you start losing. So this ensures as long as you actually get to like silver or gold or legendary rank, your rank could drop within that tier. Like you could go from like silver rank 2 to silver rank 1, but you're not going to go from silver rank 1 down to bronze 5. So once you get into those tiers, you are at least going to walk away with being, rank 1 in that tier. You're not going to drop back into a lower tier. Tower War compensation is going to occur if you have a teammate that gets removed for inactivity or a disconnection. So they're going to compensate the loss of the match with a slight reimbursement of overall points for you. So that'll be good. Challenge of the Immortal has some changes. So they've noticed that the Immortals don't seem to be performing well in matches. They seem to be underperforming. So they made some changes to help better balance this activity for both sides. So the life and damage gems will begin to be effective for the Immortal, and the total number of kills required for the Immortal to win has been reduced. So look for that change. And then all available shadow goals will now be displayed instead of just 3. Warbands, your warband size can now be increased from 8 to 12 members. They did this to offer more flexibility in how you structure your warband. So now you're going to have 12 members. So it's going to be a lot easier to find 4 people on with 12 instead of just 8. And then your clans, the clan leaders, now they can change the name of the clan by paying 1,500 platinum. A cooldown period of 7 days will go into effect after the name is changed, but you can do this every 7 days, and this is going to be found inside your clan management menu. There's going to be a damage statistics log for dungeon runs now. It looks very similar to what you see when you go to the training grounds, and it pretty much is the same sort of thing. You will now see this kind of off to your left-hand side up here when you do those dungeon runs. You're going to be able to look at that and get that variety of data about your combat performance in that particular dungeon run. And you'll be able to see how much damage each of your skills contributed to the total damage. So that can help you out if you're trying to figure out which skills are truly boosting you the best in a real world environment in the game, and not just in the training ground hitting a training dummy. So I think that'll be helpful because you get to try out in your dungeon runs maybe a combination of skills you haven't tried before, and just see what's really hitting hard for you, and maybe that will help you to streamline your character stats a little bit. Then we have some changes to the familiars, of course, because I just did a video on that. I still need to do a follow-up to really show the process of melding and conversion in real time. I've been working on that behind the scenes, and my familiars are already so much better than they were when I did the tutorial, just applying, practicing what I was preaching there. So our previous update allowed us to start empowering more than one familiar at once, but you could only empower them all to level 30 if you were doing that. But now they've allowed you to select however many levels you want to empower on any number of familiars, so you can pick and choose more. Before, if you were saving an armory set, you could not save your companion or bonded familiar information into the armory, but now you can. So that gives you an opportunity to switch up your familiars based off the different things you have stored in your armory, the sets you have in there. So that might be helpful if you really, really, really want to nerd it all out. which most of us do, and that's why we are here. And that's why we're good at what we do, right? Paragon trees. They're no longer going to harass you with the red dot when you've acquired 4 Paragon points or more. Instead, they're just going to show you how many Paragon points you have when you look at the Paragon tree icon on the menu. It's just going to have a little number there that's going to show you how many Paragon points that you've got. I know for me that I've maxed all my regular Paragon trees out, and so now I just got to save 80 increment chunks of points to get those more legendary ones. So I've got one of those, but I need 2 more to have everything maxed out. So that'll be nice to just be able to see the numbers and not have any dots there. The amount of damage being dealt also by some people in the game, so they're going to deal with the damage numbers display. The number of damage dealt by some people was so large that it was completely obstructing their view of the game. So I wish I had that problem where I'm like, oh no, I'm just doing so much damage, I can't even see the screen through all these numbers. Oh, to dream. But there is now a new option in the settings menu that's going to let you adjust whether combat numbers even appear at all and what their display size is. So you'll be able to handle that if you have that problem. If you have that problem, you know, like you can always buy me a coffee or something at buymeacoffee.com/Mistress Yoda, because you know I would be happy to help take some of the money off your hands if you have so much that your character is so powerful that you can't even see your screen when you play. So you know that's always an option for Mistress Yoda. um Anyway, you can also have on the difficulty selection menu when you're deciding, you know, your difficulty that you're going to try and be in. They've added a direct navigation button to this menu for any difficulty level that's locked for you. And if you select that direct navigation, it's going to take you straight to the Heliquary boss that you have to defeat to unlock that difficulty. So that's kind of nice, quick and easy to be able to go straight from there, straight to the boss. And then, of course, you know, on Tuesdays they do bug fixes and things like that. So overall, the various things that are going on. So we have changes to runes. We have 10 new runes. The rune sockets will now contribute to scores of items. The Tower War, the requiring points to win, is reduced to 1,300. The boss now appears once you have 800 points. The matchmaking system's updated, and the Sapphire normal gem will now add towards your resonance total for matchmaking purposes in the Tower War. And then your Tower War rank ranges, at least if you get up to silver, gold, or legendary tier, you're going to at least stay in that tier no matter what. If players drop out of your team after your match is made in Tower War, they're going to give you some reimbursement. Challenge of the Immortal, your life and damage gems will be effective now, and the total number of kills required for you to win is reduced. All shadow goals will now be displayed, and warband size increased from 8 to 12. Clan leaders can change that clan name for 1,500 platinum. We now have the damage stat log at the end of our dungeons. We can empower a select number of familiars up to whatever level that we select, rather than just all of them, all to 30. Now you can save your companion and bondage to your armory. And then Paragon Tree, no more red dot, just little number on the icon. And you can adjust your damage numbers display and go straight to those Heliquary bosses. So don't forget, I think the most important thing really in here, besides those changes I just mentioned, really that's going to benefit you the absolute most out of anything is really, of course, is always riding all your events, but the Winds of Fortune event, take advantage of that event. It can boost you so much. So if you really play that smart, you are getting all those additional drops for the bestiary because you get additional rewards there for turning in those monstrous essences. You're getting those extra rewards just, you know, in gems for running Erebin. You're getting runes. You're getting lots of XP because you're getting increased XP. You get increased gold, and there's tons of gold that drops in Erebin. So I mean, really, all of these things: gold, experience, battle pass points, normal gems, and legendary items that are going to be dropped in increased quantities. Arabin. You get all of that in there. And on top of that, the activities that drop the additional rewards. Then you get the bonus that the bestiary is going to drop additional rewards too, and you're getting 2 to 3 monstrous essences a run. So you really see how that stacks and adds up. I'll be so sad if for any reason it no longer applies to Arabin, but I think they're counting Arabin as one of the dungeons in here. I know it would counted last time, so I would imagine it would count this time. They didn't say that they made any huge changes to where it counted from last time. So take advantage of all these events, play them all. I will put out these tutorials on the various events. I'm going to try and do it on day one of each event, starting just so that you can see how that's played. Some of these I don't play a lot because I just don't, they're not very fun for me in general, but I will play them for the sake of those tutorials. And I will add all the tips and things like that to it. But you'll definitely probably in the tutorials be able to tell which events I really like playing, and which events I'm doing for the benefit of all of you. So, as I mentioned, I now have the buymeacoffee.com/Mistress Yoda. It's been a very long day. I really do need a coffee. I'm gonna need like 10 of them in the morning. Uh, Staying up so late. But I'll throw that link up there too so you can just see what it looks like typed out. But if I have helped you or you would like to support my channel, that is the way that I am doing it at the buymeacoffee.com/Mistress Yoda. And so, Warriors of Sanctuary, I hope you've learned some things tonight. Make sure in Alley of Blood that you are wearing whatever gems that you would love the rank 10 benefits of, all right? Wear your best gems to that party, ladies and gentlemen. Warriors of Sanctuary, young and old. And you could rock your Night Moon Curse Cosmetics set while you're doing it. How fun. Although I am sticking with my current set that I really enjoy wearing. So anyway, I hope to see you all in game, in the chat, in the comments. If I ever say anything in any of my tutorials, you feel like you have something to add to that, you have additional information that would help other players, please drop it in the comments because we all want to help each other here. Up until today, I've never pitched any sort of ability for any monetary rewards for myself. I've never made a cent on Mistress Yoda Gaming. I've been doing it for years. So if you guys also want to drop that free advice down in the comment section to help everybody else, please join the Knowledge Club. It definitely helps make our games more competitive, and it also helps us have to answer a lot fewer questions as clan leaders or various things like that, to be able to refer our guys like, hey, go look at the tutorial on that, that way you don't have to explain all of that in those tiny little chat boxes in the game, or type it out or copy paste it into Discord 1,000 times. You can just paste in the link for the tutorial and be like, there you go, guys, go watch it. And it saves everyone a lot of time. So I hope it's kind of the circle of pay it forward going on, guys, and to see a lot of help in the comments for each other. So I will be back soon with another tutorial. It looks like probably on this timeline that must be Wild Brawl event. I always get wrecked in Wild Brawl, so come see the tutorial. Watch Mistress Yoda tell you what you should do while not doing what she's telling you should do and getting herself completely slaughtered half the time making impulsive decisions. No, I'm just kidding. I'll do the best I can in the tutorial not to do that. I'll just actually try and stick with it. But we'll do the full tutorial. We'll review all the information on each event as they come up. And I hope that we all learn things together. I hope that some of you teach me things in the comments because that helps everybody. I left something out of the tutorial. I didn't think to mention something. Or maybe it's just something I just flat don't know. Although I'm Mistress Yoda and others think I'm all-knowing on these things, there are things that I find that I do not know at all. Someone tells me and it's a revelation. So please, if you have something like that, share it, share it, share it. I can get better. My tutorials can get better. Other players can get better. And everyone benefits from it when it's done like that. So please, please help each other out there. So Warriors of Sanctuary, I'll see you next time. Good night.